Mintzberg's 5 Ps, ploy, pattern, position, perspective, and power are primarily focused on the strategy in organizational context. They may indirectly influence knowledge management by shaping how an organization's strategy is developed and executed. Hi, myself, Dr. Rita Singh Rathore, and today's topic is a Mintzberg framework and knowledge management. Henry Mintzberg Five Forces Framework, as introduced in the Henry Mintzberg book, The Structuring of Organizations, is a model that categorizes various ways in which organization can be structured. While this framework is primarily concerned with organized design and structure, it can indirectly influence knowledge management practices in several ways. And here's a critical discussion with examples also there, which can impact the allocation of resources, decision making process, and knowledge sharing. For example, a strong emphasis on position might lead to centralized knowledge management efforts, while pattern could promote decentralized interactive knowledge sharing. Now here we will work out that which one force of the Mintzberg is effective for the knowledge management practices in the particular area of the organization. When we talk about the division of the labor and the specialization, then how the knowledge management will influence here. See, the extent to which an organization divides tasks and responsibilities can impact knowledge management, because according to the designation, according to the skills, the task and the work will be divided amongst all the employees. A more specialized and the hierarchical structure might result in silos where knowledge is not easily shared across the department. So different departments will be there, different way the knowledge will be shared over there. For example, in a traditional manufacturing company, I've taken an example of the manufacturing company with a highly specialized workforce. So knowledge about product design might be concentrated in the engineering department. So in the engineering department will be the part of the in the Henry Mintzberg P in the position, because a specific designation will be there. Product designer will be there, quality controller will be there, engineers will be there. So it will be there. Specific designs might be concentrated in the specific department, but it will make it challenging for the other departments like marketing or the customer services to access critical product related knowledge. So these positions will affect directly to the perspective, which is the another force of the Henry Mintzberg. So specifically, you can't choose any one key for the particular one. Which one P is particular effective for the to manage the knowledge. Multiple forces of the Henry Mintzberg could be applicable in to manage the knowledge in the various departments. So maybe some departments are the interdependent also, interconnected also. So sometimes we will use the two P's all together. So for the division of the labor and the specialization, both the things are here. Position is also here, the perspective is also here. So here you have to analyze critically that how these all frameworks of the knowledge management practices will influence here. What is the influence of the knowledge management here with the Henry Mintzberg piece? Now here next point is the centralization and the decentralization. So which one Henry Mintzberg main P will work for it? How it will be effective to manage the knowledge in the centralization and the decentralization. So the effect of the knowledge management, if you go for the what is the influence of the knowledge management of the centralization and decentralization, and also keep in mind which one P of the Henry Mintzberg will work for this. See, the degree of centralization or decentralization can affect how knowledge flows within an organization. So how the knowledge flows in an organization? So you will keep in mind all the 5 Ps according to the department, according to the designation, and how the knowledge flows within an organization. So a centralized structure may hinder knowledge sharing, while a decentralized one can promote it. So both or vice versa. For example, in a centralized government agency, critical knowledge about policies and the procedures may be closely guarded at the top level of the management. So when we talk about the top level of the management, then the plan P will come, but making it difficult for frontline employees to access and utilize this knowledge. And in contrast, a more decentralized approach may empower employees to contribute to the knowledge creation and sharing. So one side top management is there, and another side the other employees of the organization are there. To more decentralized approach may empower employees to contribute the knowledge creation and sharing, because the knowledge creation sharing will be there, then the work will start, then it will be executed. So for the centralized and the decentralized, two keys will work again here. One will be the plan and another way employee will be there. Where all other employees will be there. So accordingly, again, so we can't say for the particular one task only one key will work to influence the knowledge management. So you have to listen very carefully, because we are talking about what is the potential influence of the Mintzberg 5 forces framework on knowledge management practices. So the two things are there. One, the organization is a base over here, but how you will manage the knowledge, how the knowledge management practices will work with the Henry Mintzberg 5 forces, and what the influence will be there. So accordingly, you can't choose any particular one key over there. Now, if we talk about the standardization of procedures and what is the influence of the knowledge management in the organization, whereas you need to keep in mind the Henry Mintzberg's P's also, that how you will manage the knowledge while these all features. So, organizations that heavily rely on the standardized procedures may have well documented knowledge management practices. So now you need to keep in mind that in which piece of the Henry Mintzberg these all areas are, but they may struggle to adapt to rapidly changing environment or capture tacit knowledge. For example, a fast food chain with a highly standardized menu and operational procedures may have a robust knowledge management system or training employees, but it might miss out on valuable customer insight or local market knowledge. So here you can say the pattern P will be work, because the pattern P of the Henry Mintzberg is the most applicable to standardization and the procedures in the knowledge management, because it involves creating established routine and procedures for capturing, storing and disseminating knowledge, and this pattern ensures consistency, efficiency and quality in knowledge related activities within an organization, facilitating effective knowledge management practices. So accordingly, we will correlate which one main force is managing the knowledge practices here in any organizations. Here next is a specialization and the formalization. So in any organization, for the specialization and the formalization, which pattern, which P of the Henry Mintzberg will work, and what is the influence of the knowledge management of these all features. See, highly specialized and the formalized organizations may struggle with knowledge sharing and innovation, as employees may be confined to rigid roles and the processes. Suppose that previously employees are practicing to work with some different types of the skills and the technology. All of a sudden some new changes are there, some specialized changes are there which are very much required for the execution of the work in the organization, but the employees are rigid with the previous pattern and they are satisfied with the previous one. So here how you will manage the knowledge. Suppose that you are a leader of the organization, then how you will manage the knowledge. For example, there is a law firm with a specialized lawyer might have a formalized knowledge management system for legal precedents, but it may miss opportunities to leverage lawyers' diverse expertise in emerging legal fields if there is a lack of collaboration and the knowledge sharing, because every time something, every day and now in the changing scenario something new is there, or for the specific work some special types of the things are required, special skills are required. So here you keep in mind for managing the knowledge for the specialization and the formalization, which Henry Mintzberg, which framework will work over here. What is the main influence of here of the Henry Mintzberg, which P is very much influence here to managing the knowledge in the specialization and the formalization, where you will use which pattern, which P's you will use. So here I must say that and you also need to check out from your side, as previously in the one previous presentation I have explained everything relevant to the all the P's of the Henry Mintzberg. So here for the specialization and the formalization in the knowledge management, the position P of the Henry Mintzberg would be most relevant, because the specializations involve allocating specific roles and the responsibilities for knowledge related tasks, and formalization entails creating standard processes. So the position aspect help determine how these roles and processes are structured within an organization to effectively manage knowledge resources. So because in the position all the top quality controller will be there, engineers will be there, product designers will be there, those will motivate the other employees. They will connect with the employee sections, they will connect with the other sections of the according to the limits to for the smooth execution of the work in the organization to achieve the goals of the organization. So this way they will manage the knowledge with the help of the 5 P's of the Mintzberg. Here the next is a span of control. So how the organization will manage the knowledge, what is the influence of the knowledge management in the span on control, and which piece of the, not only the one, maybe the two or three, in any department of the organization, the Henry Mintzberg which P will be applicable over it, and how the knowledge will be managed. So the span of the organization can impact how knowledge is disseminated. A narrow span of control might result in more direct supervision, but could slow down knowledge sharing. So here, for example, in any university with a narrow span of control where each department has a small number of the professor, knowledge might be managed effectively within each department, but interdisciplinary collaboration and the knowledge sharing might be limited. So how you will manage the knowledge to span of the control? So here, for managing the span and the control of the knowledge within an organization, the position could be involved over here, and top level could be involved over there. Perspective also could be where all the staff and HR manager is there, and the position, the quality controller and the engineers are there, and for the pattern where the supervisors are there, because the multiple P's will be involved over here. Fine, because whenever the work is there in execution, but the control unit will be there one side, supervision will be there from the another side, because it involves decision about the hierarchy, authority and the decision making structure. So by strategically allocating power and control over the knowledge resources, so plan also could be, the top executive also could be involved over there. So organization can effectively manage knowledge flows, access and disseminate among various levels and the units within the organization, whereas multiple departments will be involved over here. Span of the control, maybe it will start from the top executives where is a plan, 1P is a plan over there, then the position is there where the quality controller and the engineers are there, then another work, the staffs are also there, staff support is also required over there. So this way the Henry Mintzberg's piece will work to manage the knowledge in the organization. So finally, if we talk about, and if I summarize the point, that what is the main potential influence of the Mintzberg 5 forces framework on the knowledge management practices and how it will work for that. So in summary, Mintzberg 5 forces framework can indirectly influence knowledge management by shaping the organizational structure, communication channels and the culture within an organization. And organization should carefully consider how their chosen structural animal impact knowledge flow and create mechanism to ensure that knowledge is captured, shared and utilized effectively to achieve their strategic goals. The goals is organization to be successful. The key is to strike a balance between the organizational structure and knowledge management practices to foster innovation, collaboration and the adaptability. So overall, directly and the indirectly, all the P's of the Henry Mintzberg are applicable, and it will be there in the organization, which will help to manage the knowledge in the organization. But we need to analyze critically, and we have to understand the things very first. We need to make it very systematically in our mind. First, we have to make a brain map relevant to the 5 P's of the Henry Mintzberg and where it will be applicable, then how it will manage the knowledge in the organization. Accordingly, systematically, we can brief out all the things. So here I am done with all the features of the knowledge management practices and how it will influence, what is the influence of the Mintzberg 5 forces framework in the knowledge management practices, how it will affect the organization, where it could be used and where it will be applicable, and how critically we can analyze all the things to understand the organizational behavior, to understand all the features and where it will be work to manage the knowledge in the excellent way. So that's much is enough for this one presentation, and next again I will come with some more management managerial skills and the management relevant topics to you. See you soon. Bye bye.